here, I think the only thing is I need you to check this and above, right? I need you to check for references. Just make sure that your references are really complete and don't write anything that is like because you see this part here on construction industry about all this tunneling and all that. I did not see any references, you see. So I better give you another color. The green one will be probably something that is okay already, not too bad. But then I would say that you have to watch out for your the referencing, because you see many parts the sentences does look like it's from somebody, but it's actually but you didn't reference it, you see. Yeah. So this paragraph here entirely is not references at all, and definitely you will get questions by examiners, or by let's say if you submit this as a paper, they will ask you where did you get this from, you see. So make sure that you check the references.
Yeah.
Okay. So this here, you're trying to close up on construction industry. I think your closing is not very pretty also, not very pretty yet. So you say the construction industry has the obligation to ensure the development that takes place today is for the pursuit of wealth and, for the quality of life, So, but this bit and project management, I do not see any link or some form of bridge, you see. Like the first sentence, you're trying to close out what is above, but the second sentence here is already trying to tell me that, you are going to write about project management. But I do not see anything that says that, why pursuit of wealth and management is something that, like project management is something that can actually address whatever that you're trying to claim up here, you see. So there is no link between these two parts. I mean, I would say the link would be something like the industry is complex, it is complicated, it's consisting of many type of works, it's consisting of many type of people, and then all this needs to be well managed before, in order to make sure that the projects are completed on time, So you probably need another 3 or 4 sentences here to actually try to create that link between whatever you are talking about up here, okay? Like how the industry is so important, First you said the industry is so important, and then you said that there is many workers, and then there are many people, many type of works, But then you don't actually tell me that why is it management is important, you see? You understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
Okay. So try to find just something that says that, project needs to be managed. Okay. So you can start off with saying that civil engineering works are projects, you see, projects in a contractual environment, for example. But you need to find proof for this. You just cannot simply write, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then every project, every project is a contract, and then it comprise of high level of resources. I mentioned that it requires resources like what, labor, manpower, money, capital, time, even, to do it, and then therefore, and then mention that it is complex, it is multidiscipline, then you can say that this is the bridge already. Then you can say that then the conclusion here is, it is an important sector, but it has so many things that is going on for itself. So we need to manage, you see. So the point is you need to manage it. Okay, so this will be your link, and then the understanding of management, which usually comes in the form of project management, would be of very important use here, you see. And then the following section describes the fundamentals of project management. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this part here, planning. Okay. This part here, when you talk about management, it is okay, you know, like or maybe it doesn't feel like you're writing about project management. Okay. So okay. Maybe this part here you can split it into like 2.3.1 objectives of project management. But here you need to explain, did you actually have anything on project management at all here at the back? No, right?
No.
Yeah. So you need to write a few paragraphs on, you know, the basic of what is project management. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another 2 or 3 paragraphs. Just definitions are very much of a definition of what is project management and what does project management do, you know, and what is the activities of project management: planning, leading, organizing, controlling, blah blah blah, you know. And then the point is, project management aims to do what? Aims to deliver project on time, you know, with great budget, you know. So yeah, on budget and all that. Then you start to bring into the three objective of project management is time, cost, quality. Yeah. So this bit is fine. So yeah. So here you're talking about the relationship between the three and how they are interacting with one another. It's fine. Okay. Then when you talk about that interaction, after you talk about the interaction between the three, here you want to zero down into talking about specifically the other two, you see. So you still, again, you need some form of a link or bridge to talk about that, see. So the above will actually tell you that, you know, the above basically will tell you that, you know, this time TCQ are related and tie in closely with one another, you see, in order to close up, in order to successfully. Usually the last paragraph, if you have, if you don't really have any references, it's also okay. But then because you have to refer to the things that you are writing above, you see. So in order to successfully deliver civil engineering construction project. Okay. And so you can tell you're telling the audience that, you know, upper bit, you know, I already tell you that, you know, they are related to one another. Now I would like to bring your attention to the following, which is time and cost, you see. Yeah, so you need to write that, you know, then among the three, right, the most obvious, I would say, is the relationship between time objectives and cost objectives, something like that, huh? And the
Mhm.
following describes, you know, something like that, huh? Describe you know, time and cost in more detail. So then you move on to time and cost, then things are like flowing nicely, okay? So effective time management is important, scheduling is important. The paragraph is a bit too long, huh? This one you can actually split up into another paragraph. Yeah, so this one here I think you can split already. This one, when you talk about, don't talk about this lah. This is making things very confusing. Why suddenly you talk about CIOB, talk about procurement method? Yeah, you mentioned that their management is 3 type, but yeah, I think you should just go straight to talk about the tools for time management. Okay. So here, the bottom bit, you're talking about tools for project management. But try to define time first. Define time first, and then move into schedule, and then time and schedule management. That should be the flow, huh? So you're jumping straight into time management, and then suddenly you talk about a little bit about definition of scheduling here, you see. So you try to flow it that way. What is time? Time in a project means whatever to complete the project within a specific time, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then many authors talk about time. So you can even easily find 3 or 4 authors that mention time, you know, what is time, and then how time is defined by a schedule, and then how important it is to manage the schedule, and that brings you to time management and all the different tools that are available for time management, you see. And then here also saying you have to define cost first. Define cost, define budget, estimates, okay? And then followed by cost management and all the tools for, cost management, okay? Cost control or time, cost management, you can go for cost planning. Talk about cost planning first. You are jumping too fast, okay? So cost planning, control. How do you plan? How do you monitor and control a budget? You see? Okay. So yeah, here you talk about more on a little bit of planning, but then you kind of you got a bit of planning here, but then suddenly the control is missing. But you talk about control first, you see. So yeah, I mean, try to readjust these 2 paragraphs, huh? Right. So now, okay, you've already done the basic definitions. Got everything ready, you know, the foundation ready, time and cost. So how do you plan to, this is the part that is going to be really critical, you know, relationship between time and cost. So you're writing about the relationship between time and cost, okay? You sure this one you don't have any other referencing for it?
I haven't add for it.
You have to go and check. Don't leave it until the later on your turning in will be a mess, okay? Right. So again, I think you're stuck here, huh? So this one here, you just have to really point out to the audience what is the relationship between time and cost, meaning that whenever time is delayed, you can go by many aspects lah. Whenever time is delayed, then eventually the cost will go up. Or whenever there is a budget overrun, whenever there's a budget overrun, it will also affect time, really? Would it? Yeah, you probably would, when you have a budget overrun. Yeah. So whenever you need the project to be crashed, for example, that is another aspect. So normally when there is you can go by many aspects, You just think about the aspects of this relationship here, and then you find data to fill it up. Things like say if you need to crash a project, meaning that you need to reduce the time. Normally, in normal circumstances, cost will be affected. Okay, correct enough. It will go up because you need more resources. You see, that is one way of looking at it. And then if there is a delay, okay, it will take in order to bring schedule back to baseline, more resources will be required. Okay. And that eventually will be translated into cost again. Okay. And the most general aspects is if it is a big budget project with many components, so with many components, it will many complexity and high complexities. I'm just giving you some of the idea here, like you can try to search for this in this sort of direction. Then if it's a big budget, normally big budget project will usually require time, you see. So when you have a lot of things that you need to build and there's a lot of complication, you cannot say that you want to complete it within 6 months or 5 months, you see. So it will require time. So there is a relationship between these two. Okay. So for scheduling every work on the schedule, you see. All the works, in order to do a schedule, you need to do work breakdown. Okay. You need to define the works. And the works will be translated to dollars and cents, you see. And these are some of the basics, you see. So I mean, you go from big some of the basic things. These are some of the basic things that will come first, and then go for some of the more obvious relationship between time and cost, you see. Yeah, I mean, the things that you're writing here are actually all okay. It's just that you need to maybe arrange them into like different category, rather than just dump them into like everything together kind of thing. So I think you need to expand this bit up quite a fair bit, because this is going to be like the essence of your project already, So in this bit here, you will be able to prove to everybody that you need to be able to prove to your audience that there is a very, very strict relationship between time and cost, which means if delays happen, budget will be affected. Okay, so you see when you end up this section, right? Essentially, we already get a feel that the purpose of this project, you're trying to what we're trying to establish something here, that we are trying to find a relationship between delays and budget overrun. So later on, you'll be collecting all the data on delays and all the data on cost overrun, you see? And then we're trying to find that relationship between the other two. So meaning that we're trying to come out with a formula or some sort of framework to study delays, and whenever delays happen, we can automatically kind of like relate that to some form of budget overrun. So that will be the aim and objectives of your project. So up until here, if you can do a good job in this manner and try to describe this delay and budget overrun, so when you, the big picture here is delay and overrun. So you, all this here, you must lead up and talk to us about, and out there will be a lot of words like delay popping out, cost overrun popping out, and then you end the whole section with delay and budget overrun are related to one another. So in this bit here, you will be able to write in your chapter 1 already, from all this data here up to 2.4, you will be able to write up the importance of the aim. The aim is to find the relationship between delays and budget overrun. Okay. So this bit here, you are planning to write issues related to time and cost, huh? Problems related to delays. Yeah, I mean, this is good. If you can actually, you don't really have to put it in a separate section. This actually will be belonging to this section already. Or if you want to be very strict here, and this is only about the relationship between time and cost, and then this bit, the 2.5 bit will be the bit that you are really focusing on the word delays and budget overrun. You get what I mean? Yeah. So it's either you only strictly talk about, how when you do a schedule, it will be translated into cost, write up that relationship only. If the project has many components, it needs many resources, it will require more time, So, and if the project is crash, and then the cost will go up, because you need more resources to complete the project. And then if there's a delay that happens, then you write about it will actually affect the cost, you see. So this bit here, you will end up this particular section with delay and cost overrun. The two words will pop out, you see. And then your next section, you will describe. Yeah, I mean, like if you put it here, then you will describe the relationship between delays and budget and cost overrun. That will be nice, actually. That will be very, very nice. That will really end the thing properly, you see. So this is the part that you're trying to find papers and project that talks about that relating delays and budget. If any has done any research studies that is talking about obviously you need to describe delays first. What is delay? What causes delay? And then when that happens, how does that affect budgets? And what is budget overrun? What does it mean by budget overrun? And what are the causes for budget overrun? And then your next, your final section will be on previous research. These are you need to find about 5, maybe research, 5 numbers. This is the part that you actually look at other people's research on relationship between delays and budget overrun. And then you see how they do you see what formula they use, you see how they do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This bit here, if it's not so complete by the time you do your finish your RP1, I wouldn't mind so much. Okay. Like if you have one or two just to start off with, it's fine. Okay, then I would need you to do a bit more work in second sem, because this bit here will affect your methodology. Looking at other people's research will actually make you think about how you want to do your research. So if you can find research of somebody trying to create that relationship graph or relationship formula or trying to find out about a very qualitative way of finding out how to relate delay with budget overrun, then you look at their method. The main thing here is you look at their methods. You understand or not, Chan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about their method, about what formula they use, what step they take, and all that. So if you really no time to finish this part, you give me one or two research that is done. You describe that research. First, you describe the research is done where, by who, and then the formula that they use and the result that they find. That's it. So if you can give me one or two, I can lepas you. But it's just that before the SEM starts, after your exam, I will need you to really fill this part out so that you can proceed to your RP2. Because RP2, the RP2 is chapter 3, which is your methodology. So if you don't complete this part, how are you going to write your methodology? You cannot simply write, correct or not?
Yeah.
You will have to see what other people have done and borrow some of the formula, get some ideas, and move on and talk about methodology. So this bit here, I will still be okay if you don't give me a fully complete one. We will see how you go, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I think 2.5 and above is really, really to establish the case, establish the problem statement, you see, about how we will need to. There is an obvious relationship between delays and budget overrun. So it will be easier to manage project if we can find a direct relationship here that tells us the aim, the aim and objective here will be to after your 2.4, there is you will see there's a strict relationship between time and cost, and then if there is if delay happens, budget will overrun. So that is how you end your 2.4. So in your 2.5, where you talk about delay and budget overrun in more detail, and the importance very important that you need to mention that you need to go into detail that if the effect delays and budget overrun on a project. This is very important. This one will actually help you to create your problem statement later on. So this bit here, when you end with 2.6, 2.5, right, that you must be able to establish that relationship between delay and budget overrun. Okay, so then you end up this section with relationship between delays and budget overrun, and then the next section is you find research that are related to finding that relationship between delay and budget overrun. You can see the flow here. Can you see the flow here?
Yeah.
I can see the flow very well now. I mean, this is not for me, when I see a flow like that, this is really not a difficult write out already. Okay, the problem is there are some people who can't even see the flow of their work. Then that is the problem. So your flow is very clear. You go from defining schedule, defining time management and all the tools for time management, and then you have cost and budget estimates, cost management, time, cost control, cost planning, cost control, get that done nicely. And then you move on and talk about that relationship between time and cost and what are that relationship here. So then in the end, we will also mention that when there is a delay, we will generally see the budget going up. See? So then you move on and talk about delays. What are delays and how it affects project, and how if the time is not managed delay happen, it will create what, you see? And then
Mm-hmm.
create what sort of impact. And then if budget is not looked after, then there's a budget overrun, then that one will be the first few general things that you write under this category, and what are the effect of budget overrun. So maybe that one will take about few, 3-4 pages, you see, and then you talk about that relationship between delays and budget overrun. So you will see that generally, if there is a delay, there will be budget overrun, and try to prove that point. You see, try to prove that point that wherever there is a delay, or there is wherever there's a delay, we will see a budget overrun. It's just that we do not know how much is the overrun when there is a delay, you see? So this is the part that we want to find out if we can get some relationship, a direct relationship here, so that the project management team can be quite aware that if there is a delay, they may, budget may be affected. It's like another EV technique kind of thing,
Yep, should be okay.
Should be okay. Yeah.
At least
EV technique,
uh-huh.
mm,
At least
you
my
can talk
flow
about
right now
EV
is
techniques
okay
here.
lah. I mean,
Your flow is definitely okay. It's just that you don't have a meat. You have the framework here, but you don't have the meat to fill it up.
mm-hmm.
Because I think if generally, I think now that it hits me, EV technique, you probably could talk about EV technique here. So EV technique is one of the most common techniques that are relating time with cost, time cost, you see. And
Mm-hmm.
EV technique, when we use EV technique, EV technique was actually created based on budget and cost. So it was quite interesting. So let's say if we look at EV technique, but EV technique is more general, meaning that overall work done and all that. But then here, so if we have EV technique, then what's the point of your project, right? That is what people will be asking, you see. So then you may need to actually refine it a little bit, saying that, maybe it can go down to certain delays. Yeah, maybe we can go by certain delays. Maybe let's say if we have a delay, we're trying to find the relationship between certain type of delay or certain category of delay with budget overrun. Yeah, we probably could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. But this one has to come out first. You have to come out first different type of delay, different category of delays, and how that affects the budget. You need to find some literature on that. Otherwise, it's a bit difficult to say now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So get it done first, then we will see how what is our next action step, you see. So
Mm-hmm.
actually by the end of this section, you should be able to see by right you should be able to see the EV tech whether what is the point, maybe there's no point for this project, but since we're here already, we must find a point for this project, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did I go off the wire? I mean, like the other time when we speak, you are trying to find that relationship, right? Am I right? Delay and overrun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now I just suddenly hit me that EV is actually something that relates time with cost already. So if let's say your audience, I mean, let's say your examiner said that we've already got EV techniques, why do you want to create something again, you see? So, I mean, my answer would probably be that, our project environment, there are a few top type of delays that occurs, So,
Mm-hmm.
when there's some delays that occurs that really require some budget overrun, I mean, that really requires new budget, then we're trying to point out those type of delays with those type of budget overrun. Then we're trying to find that relationship between that type. Then it will be interesting, yeah. So we probably wouldn't be able to do a very general one, but more specific one. meaning that you will have to go through this delay, top delays, top causes of delay, top causes of budget overrun kind of thing, you know, and try to see if there's something that is there that always happen with one another kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. EV techniques.
Well, EV techniques first is either, I think it should be in the relationship between time and cost. It's either here or here. You have to explore EV because EV is actually quite similar to your project already actually.
Okay.
Or maybe EV can even comes in here. Yeah. EV can be one of the technique here. Okay. So maybe you can look for previous research that looks for EV, you know, that talks about EV. Okay. So here you only concentrate on maybe finding out what define delays, what are delays, and delay in construction, the top causes of delays, what is the impact of delays, and what are the how does it affect project, and then if one of them will be affect the cost, and then you talk about what are cost impact, what are the reason for cost, what is cost overrun, and what is the reason for cost overrun, you see, and then what are the impact of cost overrun, and then try to find examples of how when there is a delay in certain areas, when certain delays happen, the budget will definitely be affected.
Mm.
This is the part that I am also not sure, honestly speaking. This is why we do research project. So without literature review, we really cannot see if there's anything that is standing out very clearly that we must do that thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So explore that first. How? Now, let's talk about today is the 8th. That's about 20 days away from your presentation.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to do this?
How do I?
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you feel about this?
This one, very packed out and still can't be ready for presentation.
Yeah, so these 3 weeks, are you going to be really focusing and turboing on this, or you still going to be like, I'm so busy kind of thing, you know?
No lah, must turbo this because
You turbo this, huh?
yeah.
Okay. So can I target you for the next 2 weeks, and whatever you do, please spend about 4 or 5 hours on this every day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Try to spend about, let's say, I mean, are you a morning person or are you a night person?
Can be both.
Can be both. There is a few ways of doing this. Either like after work, you know, you get into the office really early in the morning, and then you know you really, or you stay at home really early in the morning. You know, you spend like 3 hours or 4 hours working on it, and then you go and do your office work. You know, and come back again. That is one way of doing it. Or the another way is we really after 5 we say I have to go home, you know, and that's it, you know, don't disturb me, you know, kind of thing, you know, no matter what, don't disturb me for these 2 weeks, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and spend like 6, you know, after dinner 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, 6 hours really, 5 to 6 hours really turbo on this. You see, that is how we can focus. You know, you have the discipline. If you keep on letting other things disturb you, then there's no way that we can do this. You see.
Yeah.
That is my advice, because during when I was doing my PhD,
Mm-hmm.
I had to I'm an evening person, so for me my work is a little bit more flexible in a sense. But I really don't see students. I tell students, you don't come and look for me, even if the sky drops down. I don't look at people from 4 to 4:30 onwards. You see, don't look for me. I don't reply messages. I don't ask me for anything. Okay. and then I will do until 8, 9 o'clock. I'll stay in the office until 8, 9 o'clock and try to do my work. And that's what I do every day, kind of thing. Yeah. But obviously here you also have other assignments, so you need to kind of split your time out a little bit nicely, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that is you will try. So the answer is you will try, okay, and to get it done. Okay, so we will see how we go. Let's say in 2 weeks' time. So maybe by 19, I would say today is in 10 days time. Since we have about 20 days, so in 10 time again, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully you already clean up all the upper bit here, and more or less get this bit done. I mean, more or less already started on this bit. That would be my target for you, okay? By 19,
yeah, can.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. I will message you. I will send you this later, okay?
Okay.
It takes a bit of your will, huh?
Okay.
Honestly speaking, huh? Okay, you can go first. I will send this thing to you. Any questions? Do you understand the framework now,
Yeah, should be okay lah. So later you just send me the one you amend, no?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you,
you
Dr.
amend 10 days time,
Okay.
My target for you is 10 days times. If you don't follow my target like this, then we will say see you again next time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Macquarie, are you here, Macquarie? Yeah. This is just normal wiping.
No, not thorough and just
Maybe 多丁 I 照，你看 the major part 用 I 照啦，個卡 I 照咯，但 cushion 呢 I 翻多東西碎你看啦。
nhau khi có chẳng để ta vô 电嘛，这边刚刚指定出来。
嗯。
在往 PR 的话，也会先对，跟相亲也可以的话，然后可以
好的，好的，我帮你问一下咯，我们应该我暂时是不能够啦，因为你有突然间没有这样子的发展。the other way 就是我问我弟弟他们哦，看一下小的那个有没有兴趣。Hi, Macquarie.
Hi, Dr. Ding. Good morning.
Morning, morning.
Yeah.
Okay, come. Your work, you already emailed me. I
Okay.
took a look the other day.
Okay.
Yes, the time is very, very tight now. Okay, it's
Yeah.
very, very tight now. It's still, it's a bit better. It's definitely better than the previous version.
Oh, okay.
I think we still need work lah, huh?
Okay.
Because I generally find that never mind, we go through one section by one section. Okay.
Okay.
So the overview of the construction industry, this one here, you talk about the construction industry. You're moving into talking about shortage of local manpower in the industry quite
Yeah.
fast. Okay.
I didn't see. Have you opened the worksheet?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot to share my screen. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm actually looking
okay.
at it already.
Okay.
Mm. Okay, it's probably kind of acceptable, but because the thing is you are writing here is saying that you're trying to outline the concern and challenges of the Malaysian construction industry based on the workmanship, based on the quality of workmanship and workman, you see. So here in the overview, I do not see you talk about uh, quality as a problem. You only talk about, okay, bang, you're talking about the industry is big chunk of the economy, and where is your references? You talk like there's no references. Um, I don't know what I really don't know how to look at your paper. I mean, this in a because there is a level of jumping things too fast kind of thing, So okay, you have a reference. You say that Malaysian's economy construction is a big chunk of the Malaysian construction industry, and then this introduce construction work and the quality it presents is difficult to the lives of many people. It is important to observe good workmanship. And then you jump back to talking about being a developed country, trying to be a developed country in this, and then struggling to achieve its goal. I mean, I really don't see the relationship between what you're writing with one another kind of thing. You
Okay.
know what I mean? I mean,
Yes.
I just don't know why you write things that like that, you know. It's like, you're like, I can give you information, then okay, I got the information, then I go like, what's next? And then you jump to another thing, and you give me another information. Now like, then you don't join this information together. You don't tell me what's the purpose of all this information. It's just like I'm seeing a lot of actor, bang, 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 bang. But then what is that relationship between this actor and that actor? I don't know. So the story doesn't flow. You get what I mean? This is what I get from your paper generally. Yeah, I mean, when you talk about Malaysia being a large economy, that it takes a part of a big economy. Okay, so why can't you finish talking about this first? You see,
Okay.
it is a large piece of economy. So what? My question is, so what?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it contributes to the GDP. But then you say that it's not achieving its goal. So now what is the story here? The Malaysian economy being contribute to the 6% of the GDP. Shouldn't this be together? Let's talk about economy first. So that is the problem that I'm seeing from the work. It's very difficult to read your words because every time I feel like I'm getting somewhere, then you pour a whole water onto me, you know, and then you know, and then I got stunned and said like, what is he trying to tell me here? I don't get that message, you know. Then I'm confused again, and then I try to find something else to read again, and then yes, you tell me something, and then you know, and then something else also. I mean, like then you throw another pail of cold water on me. Like you really don't follow through with your writing, you know. You actually just bang, 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 bang. You keep on hitting the hammer with no point. So you're making a lot of noise, writing a lot of things, but none of this actually tells me what you want to do. That is the whole thing that I'm trying to get. Your information is getting to be a bit more organized, but it still has that element, okay? Let me go through with you. So basically, you're saying that the overview of the construction industry, it takes a large chunk of the GDP. So then Malaysian transition from developed to developed country, you know, the annual thing is this much. So what? So it actually what? It actually, there is a lot of project, you see?
Okay.
So that, you know, so there is a lot of construction project ongoing in Malaysia. Is it many projects? So there must be some sort of things that come out from those statements that you are making, you see?
Okay.
Yeah, so then there are many projects, and then many projects are what? There are many civil projects, there are many high-rise, living, civil, infrastructure. We are looking at different type of projects, you know? And there's so many different type of projects, and all of them needs what? It needs people, it needs resources, you see? And it needs resources, and one of the resources is manpower. Okay? Don't go and talk about problems now. We talk about manpower. What, you know, you bring into the story, you know, bring into the story, tell us the story, bring up that background. That's what I'm trying to get to you, you see. So manpower is one of them. And then you define what is manpower. Define what is workman. Type of workman. Categories. Basically, you're trying to set a background here, say that, you know, it is a very important sector that needs there is many things that is going on, and then many of these things going on will definitely require resources such as money, manpower, machineries, methods, methodologies, you need to tell us you need resources. This is the point here that, you're telling me that you need resources, and resources, one of the things that you're pulling out here is the manpower. So you define manpower. What is manpower? Manpower is typical man. And what is woman? There are many category of women. There is people who are in supervision. There are people who are actually down hands-on. People who are skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled. The whole industry comprises of so many workmen,
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you can define workman first, maybe. Okay, let's say how you define workman first. Okay, you cut, let's say this is workman.
Okay.
But your workman definition is not correct also, not complete also. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't see anything like what are the skills, who are the skilled people, who are the unskilled people, how do you categorize workmen in Malaysia kind of thing. I mean, like, I don't see that at all. So this one here needs improvement. So by the time that you finish talking about your overview of the construction industry, you should be able to, I should be able to get from this part here that, the industry needs workmen, you see. Okay.
Okay.
And then you, if we want to go to the next category, it will be like more on things like, I don't know, I'm trying to flow your work actually. Maybe 2.3, you can actually talk about, because we've already talked about workman here, okay? If we have a full definition of workman here, I think maybe we can quickly bring in and talk about, I don't know if we want to talk about problems related to, I mean, like general problems with the construction industries. Yeah, I mean, if we talk about that, then it's sort of like going to big again, So I mean, if we talk about overview, you know what? Maybe what we can do here is, in this overview here, when you really fully finish talking about different type of projects, different availability, I mean, like there's a lot of different budgets for projects, from the government sectors, from the private sectors. There's many ongoing in the construction industries, and then projects are getting more complicated, more complex, more complex and more complicated. Okay. High in complexities and all that. So you must find proof, I don't need you to talk about this yourself, you have to find like written by somebody that saying that Malaysian construction project is getting more and more multidisciplinary, is getting more complicated, is getting more complex compared to 20 years ago. We have to find proof. When you write this thing here, this is talking about a 2 or 3 paragraph talking about this. And then, all this will need resources which are skill, which is knowledge based, knowledge based, and also skills, you see, to actually carry out all these multiple projects and multiple complexities, multiple disciplinary. So we need resources. And what are the resources? You have to define all the resources that are available. I mean, that is required. Like I say, the money, the manpower, the methods, the machinery, This is overview, you see, this is an overview. So the construction industry would need this overview, okay? And then, so what you need is people, okay? Then maybe before you go in and define manpower, I'm just thinking like, should we talk about quality first, quality issues first? I mean, that's the thing. I'm trying to make sense of your whole thing because your things are here a bit, there a bit, you know. Okay lah, I think better don't confuse you lah. I mean, better we just go straight and talk about workman. I mean, if not, then we are just keep on going from big and small, big and small. So once you finish this overview, you really need to just go for definition of workman first, and manpower and workman. And I would say this one will be your 2.3. Go straight and talk about here. You finished saying that workman is important. Manpower is definitely one of the important thing, you know.
Yeah.
Importance of manpower. Then you bridge it, you link it into the next section. The following section describe what is manpower, what is the definition of manpower, what are the category of manpower. So the industry need workman and good skilled workman. Okay.
Okay.
And then this is the part that we talk about problems related to workman. Okay. So maybe you can have a 2.3.1 problems related to workman. So one of them will be the shortage in labor. So this bit here, leave it for now. Don't cancel it out first. Put it in another sheet of paper or something like that. You know, I mean, try to put. I mean, like if normally what I'll do, I will open another blank documents. This thing that you feel like you don't know where to put it first. Just take it out first, cut it, and then you put it in another piece of paper. Okay, and maybe it will be used later. We don't know. Okay, so then here you talk about different type of problems with workman. So you're saying that workman, first there is a shortage. So just say that problems related with workman. So then you said that the below describes various issues and challenges related to manpower or manpower or workman. Okay, manpower lah, huh? Okay, so first is the 2.3 point. This one will be 2.3.1. So this is like A maybe. Okay, A, shortage of local manpower. So basically, there's a supply that is a bit low, not enough of manpower. That is one of the problem. B, shortage in skilled manpower. Okay, master's builder saying that there's not enough of skilled labor. Okay, so there is two main category here. One of them is shortage, not enough. Okay, numbers not enough. Another one is the level of skills are not enough. Okay, so when numbers are not enough, what problems does it create? When the skilled laborers, their skills are not enough, what problems does it create? Macquarie, you tell me.
Yes. Okay. What's the problem created?
So you are telling me that now, okay, I've defined workman, I've defined then, like we need good workmen, we need good amount, we need good quantity. But the major problem with Malaysian construction industry is you tell me already that there is a shortage. So
Okay.
my question is, after I say, you say there's a shortage. So what problems does it create?
Just unskilled shortage and unskilled workmen.
There are unskilled workers. First of all, there are workmen that are not enough. And then we bring in foreign labor. So my question is, so you tell me this, so you have to tell me the point of all this, see? If you don't tell me the point of all this, it's very difficult. That means we don't even know why are you writing this, you see?
Okay. Noted.
So you're telling me that there is a shortage in labor, there is a shortage in skilled labor, okay?
Yeah.
So these are two major problems related to labor. So then you need to close, you see, you don't close it at all. You just leave it hanging like that. And then again, I started to see two actors, supporting actors coming in, but I don't know what is their point. You see, I see this character, you explain to me that Mr. A is here, he's a cook, and then I ask you, what's the point of his character in this story? You can't tell me, you see. You're not telling me. Either you can't tell me or you're not telling me.
Okay.
If you can't tell me, means that you don't even know why you're writing this, you see. Everything that you write here, there's a purpose. The purpose is to create the background for our title, to create the objective of our project, to create the problem statement for our project.
Yes.
Okay. So here, you must tell me, there must be a very strong section here that talks about, you're saying that there is problems related. Okay, these two problems. If you go into more detail of these two problems, you will see that, these two issues, then what is the effect of these issues? So when we have 2.3.1, okay?
Okay.
2.3.2 is the part that you will be telling me that because of labor shortage, we need to bring in foreign labor. Okay? And if we need to bring in foreign labor, many of them has what are the issues that are created by foreign laborers? Maybe there is difficulties in terms of language, okay? In terms of understanding of our culture and our working method and all that.
Oh yeah.
And that create a problem in the final product that is being made. Or that create a problem when it comes to work procedures. Okay? And when you don't have skilled laborers, the laborers are not trained, then their work are basically not up to standard. When there is not up to standard, we have quality issue.
Yes.
Correct or not?
Yeah, correct. Quality issue, because the nature from the other side, the original workers and then come to our place is different. So meaning to say the spec, maybe the specification is different. So that's why they won't be they can't follow our standards. Yeah.
Yes. So you see, so then that is the whole point of our research already. So we're saying that, okay, there is some quality issues. So then we are talking about our quality issues here. So we can talk about so I don't know what is this thing for first. Let's shift it to another page. Okay. So you see, if you can end up this section bringing into the topic of quality, then your next section can be related to quality.
Okay.
So then you say that, okay, so these problems with labor will create some form of quality issue. So you end up this particular section with that of quality issues, you see? I mean, with that quality things. So then you talk about the following section will explain on the quality issues in the construction industry. So now we are talking about quality issues here. Okay, overview. Search of construction fault claim. Poor workmanship is one of the, you see, like you were right, poor workmanship. Is this poor workmanship thing you say one or Courtney attorney says one? This is a very strong statement, you know?
Yeah.
So if it's not said by other people, it cannot be said by you, you know? So there is many claims that leads to the fault claims. I mean, construction fault claims. So are you, who tells you that it's a workmanship problem? Why isn't it a material problem? Why isn't it a machinery problem? Why isn't it a method problem? Why makes you say that it's a workmanship problem? Macquarie, you have to answer me, you know. You cannot simply claim that this is a workmanship problem. Who have fault claims, meaning that there is problem with the work. I mean, there is problem with the item. The floor is not done properly. The window bangkok, you know, the roofing leaking. That is fault claim, correct or not?
Oh yeah.
So with that fault claim, you're saying you already straight tell me that, oh, this is a workmanship issue. If I'm the workman, I will say that it's not my problem. The material that you give me is already problematic. The purlins that you give me is already problematic.
Yeah.
So you cannot make claims like that, you see. Poor workmanship is a major concern. You must prove the case as you go along, Macquarie. You cannot just simply say things that you feel like this is right. You must slowly lead your audience to tell us that when we talk about overview of the quality issues, right? You have to talk about overview, meaning that talk about, yes, it's okay to talk about there's a lot of fault claims. There is a lot of claims that are related to item not being carefully constructed. There are failures in structures. You say you work failure building caused by negligent workers and lack of effort. Wow, you know. Are you sure? Who tells you this, you see? Is it Ali and Wang?
Oh yeah.
Because if you put it like this, only this bit is Ali and Wang, you know. This bit here, who say this? These are such a strong segment talking about poor workmanship. When we talk about overview of a quality issue, you talk about quality issues, okay? You talk about defects, you talk about, don't talk about why that happened. Just talk about the issue itself, themselves, okay? When we talk about overview of quality issues, you talk about quality issues. What are the quality issues? A, issues, defects. B, claims. C, what? Issues. Talk about issues. Just go straight and talk about the issues, okay? What are the typical complaints? What are the typical issues within the project? Write about that, okay? And then you want to write about causes. There are many reasons why this quality issue happens. Maybe it's workmanship, maybe it's machinery, maybe it's the material, maybe it's what, okay? So by the time that you finish talking about the different causes that cause the quality issue, then you can zero in and say that, you know, one of the issue is workmanship. One of the issue is workmanship, okay? So one of the issue is workmanship, then you describe workmanship quality. You describe what people say about workmanship. Okay, this defect, cause, and all these are mostly related to quality issues. Yeah, these are all quality issues. Rework is definitely a quality issue, but don't talk about workmanship. Why you want to say that it is due to workmanship? It's a very strong claim, you know. You see, here you say that the rework elements affect the cost determining. Number one, allocating incorrect concrete material, creating cold joints, modifying intended steel bars. All of this is actually methods problem, you know, it's not really workmanship problem. So you are actually trying to tell me that you're actually trying to force workmanship down my throat, you know, like you're forcing it. Okay, McCurry.
Okay.
Are you still there?
Yes, no, I'm still here.
Okay, I don't think I want to go in any further because it looks like every time I talk to you for a long time, you are not concentrating, you're not able to concentrate, okay? So I will stop here. You have to do from I don't care this bit onward. This bit here, I don't want to look at it even. Your first 15 page, you give me something that is up to standard first.
Okay.
You give me something that is up to standard first, and then when we talk, my conclusion here is very simple. The first bit you're already kalang kabut. The down bit I don't want to look at it. If I talk to you about it again, you are still going to come back with me with the same old thing, same old story, same old songs. Okay. So what I need you to do now is get the front bit correct. We do segments by segments. Okay. If you can't get the segments correct, that's it. I also cannot help. Okay. The other way is to change supervisor. There's nothing much I can do because really this is not right. Okay, because if I ask you what is the point of everything, you can't even tell me. So what you need to do now is get your overview clean up first. As simple as overview. We are here already week 9. We're going into week 10 presentation in 3 weeks' time. You haven't even get your first page correct, which is your overview. Okay. So you get your overview done, write out properly what is your overview, and then bringing into workman and manpower, define workman and manpower, and then you go on and talk about problems related to workman. And these two, write properly what else that you can add in here, what else that you can add in here about shortage in labor, shortage in skills. So these are the problems, and effects is this? What are the effects of this thing? Okay, and one of the effects will be that there will be many effects. One of the effects will be quality. Okay,
Okay.
many effects. Effects of shortage. It can be social problems. It can be language problems. It can be safety problems. It can be many problems that can created because of unskilled laborers and not enough of labor. Okay, so you properly write that, and I don't want to see you talking here. I want to see literature review. Okay.
Okay.
So there are many issues or many effects from the problems.
Okay.
So one of them, you have to end up saying that workmanship and quality is one of the problems. Okay.
Okay.
These are the effects.
Okay.
Then after that, overview here. When we talk about overview here, you need to talk about all your defects. These are just overview. Don't give me the reason first. Tell me what are the quality issues, defects, reworks. Okay. The one that you write here,
Okay.
rearrange them. Okay. Rearrange them. This one here are all the quality issue. Repair, reworks, defects. These are defect cause. These are all quality issues. Okay. Okay. So these are all the issues. Please rearrange them a little bit and then make sure that you don't talk about the reason here. Don't talk about, oh, it's workmanship, oh, it's poor workmanship. Everything you say is poor workmanship, the poor workman, you know. Maybe it is not their problem.
Okay.
But you're already putting the blame on the workman already, you see.
Okay.
Then you have a section here, 2.4.2. What are the causes? There are many causes of all the problems. Sometimes it's material default. Sometimes it's design problem.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes it's equipment not adequate. Sometimes it's a matter of statement.
Okay.
Of course, one of them is workmanship. Okay, so then when you end this section, you are linking your 2.3 and 2.4 together. That you see, there is a workmanship problem. Workman did create workmanship problem. And now when we look at quality issues, one of the creator of the problem is also workmanship. Okay, then this is the part that on 2.5, we are trying to relate workman versus workmanship. So quality of workmanship this part here, quality of workmanship, you have to sort of talk to us about the relationship between good workmanship and the product that you produce and all that. So Yeah, I mean, like these are the flow that I can see now that, okay, that now you are relating quality with quality of workmanship. So where is the problem? Where is the problem that, why is our quality of workmanship very poor? Okay, I think some of the things that you do right underneath here, challenges and barriers related to workmanship,
Yeah.
relationship between quality and quality versus workmanship, and then causes of related quality issues. I think this one here, 2.7, you have to shift. All these have to shift up. Here, somewhere here. Okay. So we rearrange all these things. When we talk about quality versus the quality versus workmanship, because in the first place you are talking about there are many problems that are created because of workmanship. I mean, there are many effects from the shortage of labor and also the unskilled laborers, you know. And then when we talk about overview of the, one of them is the quality of the work. And then you overview on the quality issue. Quality issues are just very straightforward issues like defaults, reworks, repair, you know, those sort of things are talking about quality issues, okay? And many of these quality issues can come from many directions. Okay, these are all your quality issues. So you have some causes of the quality issues. So there are many reasons why there is quality issues. One of them is material default, design problems, etc., etc. So you fill this part up, and then one of the major thing is workmanship. And then we talk about workmanship, quality versus quality workman versus workmanship. Okay, or quality workmanship. So one of them is quality of workman of what quality of workmanship. So then after that, then you start to focus onto quality. It depends on how big you want to go. It's like, are you talking about quality versus workmanship, or are you talking about quality workman? So I mean, there is a few difference here. There's quality of workman, and also workmanship. You need to be clear about yourself, you know. If you're not even clear about it yourself, you're just simply putting in titles that doesn't make any sense, you see. So quality versus workmanship. This bit here is okay, but then you have a part here, you talk about managing workmanship. So this is the part that we talk about all this here that you had here on strategies and all that. So you have to shift this bit out. Okay, why don't you explain to me like what you should be doing now? So you go from what to what to what to what? You tell me.
Okay. More talk about the workman and workmanship lah. And then kind of
No. Can you go from the beginning? Like now that I've restructured this for you, can you tell me exactly what you should be doing now? Starting from overview. Because unless you can tell me, otherwise it's me talking and I don't know if you understand or not.
so okay, so basically I'm concentrating on the workman and workmanship, and maybe I'm going to concentrating on kind of motivation for the workman, which is the quality of the work is not that meet the requirements, and that the causes of the quality of the work outside lah.
No, you are going towards the end already. I'm asking you to describe to me in this report, how do you want to do this, okay? How do you want to structure this? I mean, I've already structured it to me. Can you just repeat whatever I said to you just now so that you know exactly what to do? In order to reach that motivation thing, there's a long process that we have to go through in order for you to establish your case, you know. So in the beginning,
Okay.
what must you do? Zachary?
Oh yeah, doctor. Yeah.
Can you please describe to me what must you do now? starting from the
Okay.
overview of construction industry, what have you missed out here?
So I need to add the complex and what the have invest lah. They need some resources and the manpower lah. And
Okay,
then
so at the end of the day, after this section, what must you get?
so all the quality and the workman and workmanship lah.
No. You're jumping too fast already. Either you're not
Okay.
listening to what I'm talking about just now, or I mean, come on, don't waste my time like this. I've been talking to you. Really,
Okay.
I'm very tired. Your
Yeah.
work are really all over the place. I really don't think that you are qualified to even do finish RP1.
Okay, Doc. Actually, I'm at the site now, but I'm in the car listening to you also.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this is bad, lah. I mean, like, come on. I mean, like, you keep on throwing words to me. That is messy. And I try to rearrange. Every time I try to rearrange, I have to think all over again, over and over and over again. But yet, it's not coming out right, you see. So, you need to be able to. Can we just concentrate on this for like 10 minutes and we get this over and done with, and you can go and do your things?
Okay, doctor. Yeah. Okay.
So if I don't see anything coming up in the next 10 days, I will tell you forget it, forget about it, okay?
Okay.
It's either you fail this or you fail this and you redo it next time, okay? That's it.
Oh,
I cannot
okay,
touch you. There's nothing there to touch you, okay?
Okay.
Number
doctor.
one,
Good.
overview of the construction industry. You must write. It contributes to the economy. It has many
Okay.
components. It has many type of projects. And all the
Okay.
projects are getting complicated. It's getting complex. And it requires a lot of resources, such as manpower, money, machinery, methods, everything. Okay?
Okay.
And then out of so many resources, one of the most important resources is manpower. And we need knowledge base and skilled manpower. And you end up this particular section with manpower. The word manpower will show up now. Okay?
Okay. Understood.
So it's like you open a drama series, end of the first episode, there must be an ending. And the ending is, manpower. Okay?
Manpower is the most important in this chapter. Yeah.
Not say most important. I don't want you to say it is the most important. Everything is important. Money is important. Machinery is important. Methods, designs are all important. Manpower is just one of them. Okay?
Okay.
And
Noted.
manpower is important. It is one of the important factors that will give a good result and product to our construction project.
Okay.
It is not the most important, okay?
Okay.
Then after that, this particular section, your episode 1 you finish is importance of manpower. We already established the importance of manpower. Now you define what is manpower. Manpower are workmen. Workmen are different categories. Some of them are skilled, some of them are unskilled, some of them need license. You have to describe it properly. What are workmen in construction industry? Okay?
Yeah. They must be a competent also lah.
No. Don't talk about whether they're competent or not competent. I don't need to know. I only need to know what type of workers are they.
Okay. Here's the unskillful. Okay, doctor.
You be careful of what you are absorbing here. I'm not asking you to talk about their competency. I'm not asking you to talk about how good they are. No, okay? This is definition. You just stick to definition, okay?
Fine. Okay.
There are workmen who are licensed, and there are people like the man layers, electricians, scaffolders. These are proper licensed crane driver. There are licensed people. There are one that is semi-skilled, such as our painters, our bricklayers. They have to go through years and years of training in order to be that. And there are some very general workers, and who are they? They are there for what purpose? That's all, okay?
Okay.
Define workman, okay? them. In the end of it, you will conclude that the industry need workmen. It is a big industry that need people to do the work. Okay? At the moment, there are many problems related to workmen. One of the, then you move on, the problems related to workmen. This is the part that you talk about their problem. Okay?
Yeah,
one of them is shortage. And then one of them is the skill of them. Their skills related.
Yeah,
Okay?
skills. Yeah.
Shortage of skill or lack of skills. Don't use shortage, okay? Lack.
Oh, lack of skills lah, skills workers lah.
Yeah, lack of skills. So these are some of the issues that we face in the Malaysian construction industry, that we have shortage and we have skills. And then you describe this problem. Describe them only. Don't talk about other things. Just describe what is the problem. Okay?
Okay.
Then this part here, effect. Huh?
Okay. Okay.
And then after that, you talk about the effects of this problem. What is the effect of manpower shortage? What is the effect of lack of skills?
The effect, the productivity, the product is not satisfied lah. Yeah.
Yes. So one of them is lack of productivity, of course, like the work are slow, and then they do not understand some of the things that are being presented to them, and they are slow. And then at the end of the day, you must arrive at episode 2. The conclusion is there is a relationship between the workman and the quality of the work that is being produced. Okay?
Okay.
So workmen are related to workmanship. And that is related to quality of work produced. Yeah?
Produced, yeah.
Yes. So then the next section describes some of the quality issues that are related in the construction, in our construction project. Don't use the word overview. So just go and talk about different type of quality issues. Yeah? Different type of quality issues that are, these are just issues. Just talk about issues. Okay? Okay, I think what? Never mind. Up to here, you do up to here. I see you again. You hand something in to me this Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Up to here. Can we see a proper completion of this 1 to page 7, what I've described up to here now? Can we do that?
Okay, I try my best, doctor. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't talk about quality issues first. Okay?
Okay.
Don't talk about it first. I'm going to segmentalize you already because I realized that you cannot go for the whole thing one. So the more I talk, the more confused you are, and then you go and create your own things. So now here, this bit onwards, you go and finish it first.
Okay.
So the one that I highlight in red, according to our discussion here, you finish this bit first.
Okay, define
and
more
only
to
when
define.
When I pass you this bit first, after you pass this bit, then we'll move on to the next bit. Okay?
Okay, doctor. Okay.
Otherwise, it's very pointless. We keep on beating around the bush.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, so you let me have it by this. So I will monitor you weekly. Okay, we'll try our best to do it weekly until on the 29th. Okay?
Okay. Okay, doctor. Can I have this one, doctor? Can I have this the highlighted one? Can I have this highlighted the red color?
Yes. The
just WhatsApp me also.
It must be the effects must be from these skills and also shortage. So
Yeah.
the
So,
effects is there is many type of effects, and one of them is related to the effects is poor quality.
because, for poor quality, the productivity also is low.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
Yeah.
you talk about the effects, not only talk about poor quality, just talk is
And then-
everything related to the
Yeah.
effects, okay?
Okay. Effect because of the delaying of the work and then not meet the time schedule given by the authorities lah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And what it can be cost, it can be time, it can be anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but one
Okay.
of them at the end of it, you must have a section, you must have a write up on quality lah.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay, doctor.
So it's like you are talking about generally, everything. Like
Okay.
I'm giving you an example. Effects is like I have got 5 dishes on the table. You describe every dishes here, every effect here, and then one of the effect is the fish. So then you take the fish out and describe the fish in more detail.
Okay.
Okay, I will send this to you in a while. Okay, I will process the recording and I'll send it back to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, doctor. Yeah. Okay.
By this Sunday, you give me to 2.2.232. Okay, a good write up, and anything you can add here, you add here. Anything you can add here, you
Okay.
add here. Do it properly, and then you send it to me. This up
Okay.
to 2.2.232 only. Okay,
Okay.
and I will meet you again maybe Monday or Tuesday again. Okay.
Okay, doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
See
you
you.
very
Bye
much.
bye.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.